Well, it's Tuesday.
It is. Here we are.
And we've got something completely different and unusual, as we've said on many a Tuesday, but this time we really mean it.
Yeah.
As it's almost Feliz Navidad, it's almost Christmas, and people are shopping online.
Oh.
And in an age of COVID, there's a ton of fraud.
More than usual, I think.
And the hobbyists, the train enthusiast, hobbyist, car enthusiast, model enthusiast, boy, are we getting targeted.
Boy, are we ever.
And the Federal Regulatory Commission, I forget who it is, that you can complain to, the consumer affairs people, are now getting 20,000 complaints per day.
Oh, my goodness.
And keep in mind, those are the people who are bothering to complain.
Right.
Now, normally, we don't ask people to share our videos.
Not usually.
We love it when you do. Don't get me wrong. We'd love you to share, but we're not that into, asking people to do things that they may not want to do. Just if you want to share things, share things. But in this case, I think it's important, especially to share to Facebook, because so much of this fraud is coming off of Facebook.
Right.
So we'd really like people to know what's going on this Christmas so that they don't get too stung.
Right.
Now, we've been burned.
A couple of them have really blistered me. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like you just kind of go, pfft.
Yeah, well,
Whatever.
I should have saw that coming, but some of them just are really irritating.
But a lot of the hobbyists everybody's getting targeted, but the hobbyists are particularly getting targeted. And then a lot of weird things, like I don't know if you may have gotten a packet of seeds in the mail from China.
That's strange.
That's a strange thing. A lot of people are wondering why they're getting a packet. No explanation, no anything. But we can tell you why you just got a packet of seeds from China.
It's interesting.
It's a very complicated piece of fraud that's making millions of dollars for somebody. And because this is all outside the United States, there really isn't anything anybody can do about it.
No, not even.
And the number one source of this fraud is Fakebook.
Yeah.
You can call it Facebook.
I call it a lot of things, but yeah.
But not only is a lot of the news that's on there fake, now a lot of the ads that are coming up in your news feed are fraudulent. Well, that's what makes it so exciting.
Man.
That's what makes it so exciting. I mean, there is currently the Harry Potter book nook.
Yeah.
And it's a really neat kit.
Oh.
Don't get me wrong. It's an amazing kit. And you can get it on Amazon if you're really looking for it for around $100, $120, somewhere in that area. Right. We looked at it, and she liked it so much, she decided to build one.
I'm sitting here going, I can make that. So I just got myself a paperback book. I hate to tear apart a book, but, I just took the cover off from it. The book's still readable.
Yeah.
And made my own. And it lights up and everything on the inside. And there it is.
So it's really fun. And the actual kit that's made by a very reputable company. And so I don't know how many people are buying these, because if you buy them from the ad on Facebook, they are the typical price of $38.
Right.
And there's something magical about this $38,
$39. Not quite $50.
Because what they're trying to do is keep the whole price with shipping at right about $50, because sales under $50 you eat.
Right.
Sales over $50 your credit card company gets involved with, and they don't want to get the credit card company involved. So they're trying to keep these fraudulent sales right around the $50 mark.
Boy, it's enticing.
Well, if you should buy the Harry Potter book nook that's being advertised all over Facebook right now, and it looks like a great Christmas present, and at $38, how can you go wrong? You're going to get sent a bookend.
Well, there you go.
A plastic bookend.
Oh, man.
Okay, not the kit.
I like my idea better.
Yeah, go ahead and scratch build if you're trying to save the $120 or whatever.
Probably cost me about $20.
But no, you're not gonna get that book nook for $38. You're gonna get a bookend.
Yeah.
Now there's another group on Facebook, and boy, what they're doing is so misleading. They sell Diecast cars.
And we wanted one so badly because it did
Well,
everything.
we collect die-cast
I
cars,
have
yeah.
Hot Wheels cars. I have the die-cast cars.
But I'm looking at this one, and first of all, it was the 8C Alfa Romeo from the 1930s, which is one of my favorite cars.
Right.
And working lights, working gauges, working doors.
The little doors open and close.
And it's like, how cool. And what they're showing on the video is an amazing, amazing model, an amazing die-cast. And don't get me wrong, there's some really realistic, there's some actual ads on Facebook for die-casts.
Right.
So you have to do your homework, and the typical price for a die-cast is going to be around $38. The particular ones they're showing the videos for are $500.
Easy, because the working lights.
I did the research and I went out looking for them. I was like, holy cow, they're $500.
Right.
And so they steal the video and the advertising from that, post it as an ad, and then they don't even send you the die-cast car.
No.
They're going to send you something because otherwise it's fraud. They're going to. Here's what I got.
Beep, beep. What? Well, it doesn't light up.
I guess you could call it an Alfa Romeo 8C. That's what they sent me, a little tin. And it isn't even a good tin.
No, look at the paint job on the wheels.
It is the biggest piece of garbage.
Yeah, it's made out of spare parts. I mean, I like my spare part thing better.
But
come on, guys.
There's a whole bunch of these ads where they'll show you video from one thing and then sell you something else. And the video's out there because they're real products. The Book Nook is a real product.
Yes.
The Diecast is a real product. They just don't send you that product. They send you something
else.
Completely different. I ordered an Arduino robot. Now, in fairness, we bought this robot for about the same amount of money. This one's not Arduino.
Well,
but this turned out to be a real product.
To assemble him, put it together, and he actually works.
This is a real life product, and it actually works.
Right.
And it was in about that same price range again, that magical $38 price range. He's got collision avoidance and stuff. He's on strike right this minute.
Okay, let's see what he does here. See, he's cute.
He's cute. He plays music and he will respond to motion and all that. That's neat. I ordered a Wally.
Yes, it was
Wally, and he's supposed to be about that size.
Right.
And Arduino programming and everything. And that's what I ordered, and that's what I paid my $50 for. And here's what they sent me. It's a Wally action figure.
It's just an action figure. You bought that at Walmart for about $10.
Yeah. It's just I haven't even taken it out of the package. I mean, it's an action figure.
Yes.
And what they do is they'll wait long enough. They'll say, oh, the shipping and this and that and the other, because they want to run off the end of your credit card reimbursement period, because I'm not giving them any of my
statute of
credit
limitations
card
or something.
I'm not going to give them credit card information, but I do everything through PayPal. But you have a window, and then they're waiting for you to run outside the window. And then if you complain and you're inside the window, then they have a fix for that too. I ordered a digital motion stabilizer for this camera right here, this GoPro. And I thought, and I've always wanted one, and they're fairly expensive. And for $38,
oh boy,
you could get one.
Yes.
And so I ordered one.
Yeah.
And here's what they sent.
Wow.
And this is a 3D print. But it did come with a perfectly good lens hood for the camera and some stick-on weights. It's garbage. Well, this time we were still within that window where I could get a refund on my PayPal account. So I complained. I immediately got a notification back from the seller saying, we're sorry you're unhappy with that. And we can't refund shipping, and then you owe us shipping to send it back to China where it came from, and that's going to cost you $20. And then we can't refund your shipping. Hey, we'll refund you $20 if you want to call it square. Well, you're kind of a fool not to.
Yeah, at that
so
point.
you say, I've been ripped off for 30 instead of 50. At least I can get 20 back on this piece of junk.
We got to figure out
and
what
that's
to do
how
with
they,
that. Yeah.
That's how they'll work around some of this other stuff.
Right.
If you can actually get a complaint in where you're going to get refunded the money,
Right.
then they'll offer you some sort of a settlement, and you'll be forced to take it, and you'll still be out
Right.
$30. And then there's a lot of just fraudulent knockoff products.
Yes, my favorite was, and I felt at the time it was like, okay, I needed a new Apple Watch because
We
mine was
love
this,
Apple Watches.
Well, the Series 1 had only been able to update, and it had gone past its mark, and it was basically a timepiece. So I'm thinking, well, on Facebook one night I looked, and they had an ad for an Apple Watch for little less than, it was about $48 or something like that, just
Usual
under the
price.
$50.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, wow, maybe that's what they cost right out of China. I've heard rumors, iPhones are cheap out of China. I'm like, well, I can afford $50. I'll get something, I'm sure. Well, what I got was this guy. Now, it looks like an Apple Watch. It's pretty close. It has the same kind of watch band that fastens and everything. But it is not an Apple Watch. In fact, it's quite a cheap knockoff. If I can get it to even power on. Come on, well, away we go. Yeah, there's the guy there. And it functions as a watch. But in order for it to work with my iPhone, I have to buy a SIM card for this guy. So in other words, it has to have its own phone plan in order to answer the phone.
You'd have to
text
get
messages.
your own phone account. It would have to have its own phone number. You're not going to do any of that
No,
stuff. And
it's
if you
twice
did,
as
I don't
much-
know if it would work.
Well, and it'd be twice as much money. And then
Yeah.
when I got the thing, it's still having issues. The back doesn't like to stay on it. It likes to fall off with regularity. And I did find out the reason why it does that is because the battery was swollen. I told the lady I bought it from, hey, the battery's swollen. It's not even charging. And she said, I'll send you a new battery. Never did hear back on that. So I managed to find a new battery for the thing. And I actually keep this guy hung up near my desk as a reminder if I get too carried away thinking something's too good to be true.
Yeah,
There's
a little
the-
reminder that if it's too good to be true, and that's the number one guide here. If you're reading an ad on Facebook, and now they're finding they're onto YouTube, and anywhere that they sell blind advertising.
Yeah.
By blind advertising, I mean you can place an ad without anybody ever seeing it or meeting you. You just set up an account to a bank account, post your ad. No human being is ever involved in the transaction.
Right.
And so they first started appearing on Facebook. Now they're all over YouTube, and they're starting to pop up on CNN, Fox News, all
yeah.
the websites. Total baloney.
Right.
20,000 complaints a day on this stuff. So be
Yeah.
afraid.
This one it looks like an iWatch also. Now, where this one doesn't really do half of what it should, I got this one on Walmart.com for $15, and it actually works better. I think it just needs to charge a little bit longer. It's not wanting to.
It's not wanting to come on.
Not just yet. It's pretty good. I don't use it.
I suppose
because,
if you wanted
I
somebody to
did get my
think
Apple
you
Watch.
had an Apple Watch when you don't, it might be a way to go.
Well, and this one at least works. It does tie with my phone. You sync it with your iPhone or your Android device. And at least it works, and it tells my blood pressure and my oxygen level, and it does things that this guy here doesn't do for $50. So, if you really want an iWatch knockoff, go to Walmart.com and get this guy for $15. No big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And some of the products they're selling are just junky products. Karen collects rings.
Yeah.
Kids rings, toys rings, class rings, rings of all types and descriptions she collects.
Right.
And some of these look really good in the pictures. And then you get the ring. And I mean, they're selling you exactly what they said. It's just that the picture is of something that's really good.
Well,
The
and
product, not so much.
this one, I keep seeing this guy in places, and it's fun. Dell didn't pay that much for it. I think like $7, and that's all it should cost because it's a cheap knockoff of a school ring. And it says Walton Tigers 1973. I'll bet people have seen this for sale places. But what gets me is on places even like eBay, you've got sellers who are trying to sell this guy for like $90. Come on, people. It's better, a little bit better than a bubblegum machine ring. They're just cheap knockoffs. But this one kind of angered me because this took forever to come. It was supposed to be for Harry Potter, Gryffindor, And that is just the poorest
That's
quality. It's just junk.
It's garbage.
Right.
Casting.
So there again.
So again, they know you don't see the product till you get it,
Right.
and then at that point you're likely to just say, I got nailed out of a small amount of money.
Again, it was like less than $10, but it looked really good in the ad on eBay, and it just turned out bad casting, something I might wear for Halloween.
I ran into a very interesting scam, and it all starts with fake products like the iWatch. But there's a drone, and it's a clone of a real drone. It's a Chinese knockoff of it, a Mavic Pro, but it's just a clone. And you can buy it directly out of China for $48. If you buy 12 of them, you can get them for $20. Who knows if you bought 100 of them, what you could get. But there have been people selling those on Facebook for $120, and they run this ad. A guy has been fired from his drone company because he invented an indestructible drone that's better than any other drone. And it's like, what nonsense, what garbage that some guy's been fired for inventing. And the same people were running another ad for an air conditioner.
Oh, right. I actually bought the thing.
But you bought yours at a store.
At Home Depot.
A Home
it does
Depot.
Not cool a whole room.
It's just a little box. You pour water in it, and it'll cool you for a few minutes. But this is a whole house air conditioning system for only $100, and it's a little plastic air conditioner, and you'll get the $20 evaporative cooler. It just isn't worth the $100.
No.
Well, anyway, I had been tempted to buy the knockoff Mavic Pro,
right?
Just because I've been wanting a decent drone, and I thought, well, how $48? It's a risk. But maybe, I don't know. And then I thought, no, I'm not going to waste my time. It's going to be junk. It's going to be crap. Well, then I get the ad one day for the Mavic Pro clone. Instead of $48, 48 cents.
Well, hey.
48 cents.
Everybody's got 48 cents lying around.
And I'm going, how are they doing? And I'm thinking, well, they're going to now bill me $50 for the shipping and sell that, So I do the thing, and I do the buy it now, and it says, no, the shipping's 25 cents.
Oh.
So the drone is 48 cents, the shipping's 25 cents, and I'm just dying to know what the scam is. So I click on, I'm using PayPal, so I know it's a secure transaction, and I click on the button, and as soon as I click on the button, it comes back and says, no longer in stock. We've refunded your 48 cents to your PayPal account.
Well, what happened to the other part?
What happened to the quarter that I spent on shipping? And that's the whole scam right there. They know that so many people are going to click on that link that it's worth it to steal 25 cents at a time just to get people to click on that link and say, buy it now, to buy a drone for 48 cents. And then they're just nicking everybody for 25 cents. But at hundreds of thousands of sales, they're making a lot of money 25 cents at a time.
Exactly.
But it's a total scam.
And then this one wasn't as necessarily a scam. I did get my ring. There's another ring. It's kind of pretty. But again, it's just kind of like bubblegum machine stuff. They offer this thing a speedy sell on Facebook, and it's like, oh, that's so pretty. I've got to have it. It's like a big peridot. And it's just, it's not bad, but it took forever for it to come. Again, it was supposed to be coming out of California, and I learned actually it is coming out of China. Yeah. It shouldn't take a month and a half or something to come from California. But the seller is they're posing that they're out of California, really in China.
They're actually in China.
And if I'd have bought this directly from China, I'd have paid maybe 50 cents for it instead of $12. And then the other fun thing I had to wait for was another fun thing on Facebook. And this is they called it an origami. They had you coming and going. And it's a puzzle ring box where you can fold it all these different ways. Boy, I couldn't resist that. Wow, who could pass that up on Facebook? And it was about $30, but it came with 2 rings. And inside the rings, they're a Stanhope ring, where you look inside the little dome, and it says "I love you" in a whole bunch of different languages. That took forever for it to come. I thought that was another ripoff. I really did. I was just not expecting to even get that. But about 2 months later, it finally arrived in the mail when all hope had been lost on it. It finally got here. But the other thing I wanted to show you too was the lovely tablet I got in the mail, and here it is.
Here it is.
I found a tablet. I had a Kindle Fire. It's one of the older original number 1 or 2. And it's getting to where it doesn't work well on the internet. It messes up. It can't be updated anymore. So they've come down in price. And I thought, well, I will look at another tablet. Well, I thought too I'd ordered that out of California. And when the order was processed, it was coming out of Bolivia. And immediately, this was on eBay. They canceled they got rid of his subscription, the person I was buying it for, because he'd had too many problems with eBay, they said. But what that did was the tracking number, everything, it made it so I could not, it was just gone.
Finished.
So yeah, here's this lovely tablet.
Nothing came. No way to complain.
Yeah, another $50.
No account.
Yeah.
No way to contact the seller because
Nope.
there is no seller. There is no account. And that's eBay.
And eBay.
You would expect eBay to be mostly on the up and up.
Right.
But there's the Chinese version of eBay, Wish. And we've done a couple of shows buying things off of Wish. And it used to be that you could buy things off of Wish. But I ordered a battery, a 12-volt rechargeable lithium-ion battery for a very good price because I wanted to use it in a radio-controlled train. And I, like I say, had good luck with Wish, but it never comes, it never comes, it never comes, it never comes. And then I get a shipping number and a tracking number, and it's like, but it doesn't come, it doesn't come, it doesn't come. And I'm complaining to Wish, and they say it's in transit, it's in transit, it's in transit.
Right.
And then one day they say it's delivered.
Wow, yeah.
Delivered. Well, nothing had been delivered. And I said, no, confirmation, and you don't have a complaint, and there's nothing you can do. And anyway, it's been too long. So the account is closed, and you've got your battery, and deal with it. And so I went to the tracking information, and somebody in Cincinnati had received something that weighed 2 ounces.
Wow, Cincinnati.
And that's what the tracking number. And so what they're doing, they're sending little packets of seeds out of China so that they wait as long as they can, and then they send a package of seeds to anybody that's in their database that is not the person who bought the product, so that they can generate a tracking number and show that delivery was accomplished.
Oh my goodness.
And that's why if you've gotten a package of seeds out of China,
yeah, plant a garden.
that's what that's all about.
Oh man.
Is they just needed a fake tracking number, a real tracking number for a fake sale. I never got my battery, and I was out $38,
Again,
of course.
just under the
And now I won't
$50.
buy anything off. I won't buy anything off of Wish anymore. Skeptical of a lot of the stuff on eBay. Do your research,
Absolutely.
and if it's anything on Amazon, go to that company's website. Get off of Facebook. Get onto their website. Never click on a link from Facebook.
No.
It's probably a scam.
Well, or you just don't get your money's worth. Or
You just, or you're going to get a ring that's garbage, or you're going to get a product that's garbage, or you're going to get something like this. You're going to get ripped off.
Right.
And if it's just understand, especially if the advertising is on someplace like YouTube, and we're on YouTube, so I hate to say it, but if it's coming off of YouTube or especially Facebook, if it's really a product you're interested in, get off of that application, go on to a browser, go to their actual website, and a lot of times you'll find out they don't have a website.
Oh, right. I've
It's
done
a
that.
total fraud.
Not
There is
even-
no such company.
Right.
There is nothing. You click on buy it now, and you
There
have
goes your
no
money.
idea. There goes your money, and you're just out of luck.
Right. If it seems too good to be true.
It is.
Right. What was the old saying? Caveat emptor.
Caveat emptor. Let the buyer beware.
Right.
Well, if you haven't been over to the channel, pop over to the channel, and if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. An easy way to do that is with the blue button. Are we ready for that? Gazoink! Right. Blue button. Well, we're not sure how you found this informative, we hope, video on the internet. We hope you didn't find it boring because it's long.
Oh man.
And we will see you here on Sunday.
Yes.
We'll see you then.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.